Hey everyone, Destin here from Safe on Talk, and we're going to be doing a game guide today on a Path of Exile farming strategy that I use every league to farm my mage blood and, other gear. And all that. It's a very simple brute force strategy. It's amazing for newer players. There's no scarabs or sextants involved. You can use scarabs and sextants. I don't. I don't feel like buying sextants or rolling them. Scarabs, some people might not even know what the hell a sextant is or a charge compass, and they don't really care to know. They just want to play the game, run some maps, make some currency, get a strong character. So the strategy is going to involve Delirium, Harvest, and Essences, with some little bit of red altars thrown in there too. So if you already know this strategy, maybe keep watching, see if I run a little differently, a little bit more efficiently. If you don't know and you're looking for a strategy and you're a little newer to the game especially, I think this is an amazing strategy. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so here's the passive tree. I will leave it up on the screen for a couple seconds just like this. People don't want to hear the explanation, they can literally just copy it to their own tree. Okay, so down here, I am taking the essence nodes. Going up here, I'm blocking off everything except for the Sacred Grove and Harvest and Delirium mirrors. I go up here, I take all this Delirium, all this essences. These essence nodes, 25% chance to drop an additional rare item with an essence modifier. Don't really care about that. Rather have the 2 points. Come up here, take all these essences, all these Delirium. These obviously to greatly up the chance of you getting them Mirror of Delirium, because in this strategy we are not going to be forcing Delirium. We're not using a sextant to tell it that the map contains a Delirium here. We're just gonna, get them on probably about 70% of maps with all the changes they made to the extra chance of finding these things. I don't take these. These are more for, these give you more splinters basically as the Delirium and your map increases the farther you get from the mirror. Splinters, once you have 300, turn into a simulacrum. They don't sell for that much this league. So although they are, some background currency you can make with them, they aren't that amazing. So come up here, get some red altars. I don't do the 100% increase effect downsides with the altars because we are doing essence, and some of the essence monsters can get pretty strong, be kind of nightmarish. So I don't like to make the map harder than it needs to be, because every once in a while, especially being a flicker strike melee character, if it's a really strong corrupted monster, I can get one shot, and I don't want to risk, losing too many portals and then just, getting a little sweat on because I'm nervous I'm gonna die. Yeah, so that's the map. We take the essence, take the life force nodes and all of the harvest nodes, except for the ones that make certain plants not appear. These aren't very important for us, not very important for most people right now, because the life force all kind of sell for the same amount. Yellow is about 8,500 for a divine at the time making this video, and the blue is like 9,500 for a divine, so not a whole lot of fluctuation. The only thing you might want to put different points into is I put 3 extra skill points into item quantity, because this is going to work with the life force of the harvest. It'll drop higher quantity of life force. It's only 3%, it's not much. You could probably find a better use of these 3 points somewhere, and I believe I still have some Maven points I could unlock. I don't think I have squeezed absolutely every Atlas point out, even though I do have the map tree completed, 115 out of 115. So, all right. So the map we are going to be running is Strand, and yes, I'm sure once I said Delirium, a lot of you people that know a lot of Delirium strategy would say, okay, so we're running Strand, and that is absolutely correct. It is almost undoubtedly the best Delirium map in the game, and that's simply because it is a straight line. You can't miss a whole lot of enemies. You are not going to be backtracking and run into the fog, so it is perfect for that. Now you can run these. You should chisel them up to 20% at white, so that they get 5% per chisel before you do anything else to them. You can alch them. I go in between alching them, using an Orb of Alchemy and make them rare, or just using an Orb of Transmutation, simply because if I get a bad mod, this one's fine. It's a little easier you know, I can just hold shift, click, and roll this to the end of time with Orb of Alterations because of a million. Whereas if you get a bad mod on a Orb of Alchemy and it's rare, you either have to re-roll it with a Chaos or scour it and then use another Alchemy on it. And I run out of Orbs of Scouring relatively quickly, and I'm trying to trade as little as possible in the amount that makes sense. So that is why I sometimes just will chisel it, buy chisels, make it 20% at white, and then just turn it to blue. Okay, so that's how I do that. But I'm trying to record a video. Do you care? I don't think he cares. So once you have your maps set up, you have some strand maps, you're ready to go, you are going to select the essence modifier right here on the map device. Now this still absolutely confuses me because 3 chaos for 3 extra additional essences, especially with our map tree, is absolutely insane. This could easily be, you know, 5, 7, maybe even 10 and still be worth it. But everyone that says run essences, and you know, everyone's been drilling it into our heads, you should start by running essences, and no matter what, essence is always, you know, a golden rule of like decent currency farming. This really seals it right here with it only being 3. If you look down here, harvest is 12. We don't force harvest, we just hope it appears in the map. I don't think it's worth it, especially since we aren't juicing maps to get more life force from the maps. We're just relying on, you know, the blue or yellow or whatever color you're running. So you're going to want to take the essence, and you're going to want to bring, the only thing you need are remnants of corruption, and then, you know, town portals if you don't have a portal gem, and then scrolls of wisdom if you want to identify stuff as you go and you find something you want to see quicker. If you don't have remnants corruption, don't worry, you will get plenty of them. If you want to get them a little faster, you can do these 2 nodes right here. Monsters imprisoned by essences have a 10% contain remnant of corruption, so you'll get them a little bit faster. You'll actually get a lot of them, but you'll get so many of them so quick, and I still am not running out, that I decided just to get it, just to use those 2 points elsewhere. You know, I still have 58 with that. So what you're going to do, and I will put a graphic on the screen, is when you see the list of essence monsters, you will see their list of names, kind of like in a harvest, and there are different colors. And if you see a purple one, you know, there's a dark blue that looks kind of purple, but the purple ones, you are going to right click and click on them with the remnant of corruption. You will then have a chance to upgrade it to either a deafening purple essence or a, you know, essence of horror or delirium, depending on which one of these, you know, you got. And the 4 that are purple, and you can remember this by MEDS, meds. It's the misery, envy, dread, and scorn. Scorn. Those ones are the ones that you're going to hit with a remnant of corruption. Now this does make the monsters harder. Okay, so what you might want to do is drop a town portal down a little bit far away from them, so you aren't getting one shot when you go back through the portal. But yes, when you corrupt them, they do make the monsters stronger. So, and it is stacking with how many, you know, essences they have. So if you have a list of like 8 things on there, he's tough already. If you hit it with an essence of corruption, it is going to make him even harder. So it's just kind of the safe bet to maybe drop a town portal. If you're ranged, keep your distance. If you're melee, definitely drop a town portal, because they will do these close range Nova attacks that are incredibly hard to dodge as melee. If you're actively close to them and attacking them, it's going to kill you. Very likely, unless you're really tanky. I have 100% spell suppression. I have 3,000 life, so magic damage technically would treat as if I had 6,000 life, and it still one-shots me all the time. Not to mention with the nodes, a lot of if you have a shrieking essence imprisoned in there, it will duplicate them, so there will be 2 of them. So just fair warning, if you want to be careful, drop a town portal. If you are dying and you are nervous that you are going to die to this thing so much you aren't going to be able to finish the map, you should just skip him, finish the map and go back and try and kill them. Because don't waste a Delirium, especially if you have a Delirium mirror going on, and you die and you don't have a town portal down, you go back to the beginning of the map, your timer's going to run out, you're going to be screwed by the fog, and the whole map is dead. So dropping a town portal when you have Delirium is generally a decent idea. And I have a town portal gem because I have a lot of cast speed. If you get one with 20% quality, it increases the cast speed. I have this with an enhanced support, that's why it's at 108%, because it gets plus 16% quality extra from the enhanced support, but it still, goes off relatively quickly. The only difference is you can't drop down you can't use the portal gem if you get hit, but you can always drop down a town portal using a scroll. So that's why I still have portal scrolls in my inventory. So that's some decent tips on essences. Remember, MEDS, Misery, Envy, Dread, Scorn. You hit that with a Remnant of Corruption. There's other videos you can watch. It goes a little bit more in depth. If there's a lot of different things, you can still hit it, and it doesn't have any of the MEDS mods. You can still hit it with a Corruption essence, just to see if it upgrades some of them to Deafening, or it changes some of them into the purple essences, because those are a little bit more valuable. But yeah, that's a quick rundown on essences. So now that you're starting to do the map, you're running through. Say you have a Delirium mirror. You're running through with Strand. It's such a straight line. As long as you are killing 90%, you can make sort of a zigzag pattern along the map. You are going to hit 6 stacks on the Delirium. It's just a given. As long as you're moving relatively fast, you don't even have to move that quickly through the map because of our Atlas passives. A lot of them, let's see if I can find some. Dissipate 25% slower, 8% slower, 8% slower. That gives you a ton of time to get to 6 stacks. That is the magic number you want to hit before you kill the boss. Okay, so if you are going along and you see a harvest, you can go in the harvest because it slows the Delirium down. It might even stop it. All I know is you have plenty of time to do the harvest, no matter where the fog is, 99% of the time. There's a very rare occasion that I'm in a harvest and the fog has reached me, and I see the countdown timer, because you'll see the 4, 3, 2, 1 in the bottom right corner, at the top, and that means your Delirium is about to run out. You need to either get your ass moving forward in the map, basically just get your ass moving forward in the map. You need to get away from where the fog line is. Okay, but harvest seems to either stop it or slow it down a lot. So you don't have to skip your harvest if you run into one. Okay, say you did the harvest, you went along and you did the essences. You're getting close to 6 and you see the boss room. The boss and the monster surrounding him will give you a little bit. Once you run a couple maps, you'll get a feel for it. Don't think, oh, I'm at the boss door, I'm at 5 and 90%. I need to run back and get up to 6 stacks. No, you can get 6 stacks by killing, the groups that will spawn in the boss room and from killing the boss. And the reason you want 6 is because with this right here, Delirium reward types your maps gain +1 to count on map completion, which is aka when you kill the boss. So if you're at 6 and you kill the boss, immediately goes to 7. 7's the magic number. With Strand, if you do a relatively juiced yellow map, you get one with additional, 20 to 30% increased rare monsters. You can hit 8 stacks. I've gotten pretty close with, like 70 to 80% quant maps with rare. If you cleared everyone, I think you would get 8. But honestly, for speed's sake, and not, for the sake of the strategy and not trying too hard, I think 7 is perfectly fine. Okay, so once you finish the Delirium, you are going to see a little button up here, and I will probably put a clip up of me hitting the button, because if you just sit there and wait for the Delirium to run out on its own, you might be standing there for a solid minute if you moved quickly through the map. Hit the button, a couple seconds go by, it's going to drop simulacrum splinters, it's going to drop rewards based on what the buffs were on the map, what the Delirium reward types were, and how many you had. You're going to get mostly splinters, a bunch of goodies, and you are going to get these Delirium Orbs. Okay, Now, once you have a decent amount of these saved up, and you have a decent amount of blue life force, that is when we are going to start re-rolling them. So let's talk about re-roll. Once you have a couple maps down and your inventory is starting to get a little full, identify the items you want to identify. If you saw any good cluster jewels, because you're going to drop a lot of cluster jewels because of the Delirium rewards. I usually only pick up the really high level ones and the ones that I know to be worth it. If you're new to the strategy, maybe do what I do. Not because I don't know, but because I feel lazy. I just throw them all in a dump tab. Maybe later I'll go back and look at them and craft them and do stuff with them, maybe on TFT and sell them in bulk. If you don't know what TFT is, I'm going to go over that in one of the next sections. But okay, so you have a decent amount of Delirium Orbs, and your inventory is starting to get a little full. What do you do with that? Okay, well, the reason we have been doing Harvest, one, obviously for these to sell. They aren't that great for farming, though. Doing Harvest for just solid money, some people live by it. I actually don't think it's that great unless you're really upping the quantity of your maps. We're doing it for the blue life force. Okay, you're going to want put a Horde crafting station, which is the harvest station in your base. You go to it and you're going to take any orb. Actually, first there's two strategies to this. We'll go over that in a minute. Take a jeweler's orb and you're going to put in DEL. Change the stack of Delirium orbs to a different type of Delirium orb. Okay, this jeweler's orb is worth, by itself, 4 to 5 chaos. It's garbage. It's worthless. Okay, you are going to click on this. You're going to use 30 blue life force to re-roll this into something else. And I am going to roll until I get either a Diviner's Delirium Orb or a Scarab Delirium Orb. Okay, so we're going to keep rolling it till Diviners. Okay, that was about average luck. You'll get a Diviners more times than you'll get a Scarab, and it'll usually come up within the first, sometimes you get lucky, obviously you get a first or second roll. Sometimes it takes 20. It's just completely luck based. So, now I have Delirium Orb, and those rolls, this went from a 4 to 5 Chaos 1 to a 16 Chaos Orb. Okay, and I'm going to hold on to these, and I'm going to sell them in bulk. Okay, let's do it with the armor one. There's a Scarab, perfect. Third try. So that went from a 4 Chaos Delirium Orb to a 29 Chaos Delirium Orb. And it only costs 60 blue essence. 60 blue essence is nothing. Okay? It's probably less than a Chaos. So, that is what we will be doing. And we will be doing that until we save up. I have a Delirium tab. We save up about 7 to 8 Scarabs. They used to sell 1 or 7 for 1 divine relatively quickly. Now it's more like 8. I have Do Not Disturb on right now. That's probably why I'm not even, I have a chance of selling this one for 7 or a stack of 7. I'll probably move it to 8 just to keep them moving and stuff like that. Delirium right now at the time of filming this video, 1 divine is about 13 of them. So once 13 go up, you are going to sell them. Now another strategy is I only keep these 2. But that is because when I get low on blue life force, I actually buy blue life force. Okay, I spend a divine because I think it's more lucrative for me to keep rolling every orb to one of these 2. Now, the other strategy that I'm still not sure if it's better is keeping the fine deliriums and not re-rolling them. Okay, these are worth per in chaos about 8 chaos per, and they are much more common than the diviners and the scarabs. Now if you are just solely farming blue essence and not buying it at all, which is perfectly fine, you can do that, you will run out of this faster. So it might be better to keep these because obviously it's less rolls, you aren't running out of blue essence. Okay, so that is basically, that's as simple as it is. Get Delirium Orbs from the Deliriums, re-roll them at the bench using blue essence into something better, sell them once you get it up to a divine. Okay, and it's easy to sell them. You right click for, if you want to sell 7 for 1 divine, you put 1 divine for 7. That's how it works. The number of things you want always goes on the left. It's not very intuitive. That's just how it works. Okay, You can do this in any stash tab. You don't have to have a Delirium stash tab. I didn't have one until a couple days ago. You can literally just put it in a stash tab and use it. Not a big deal. Okay, so that is how we are going to handle Delirium. So with the essences, what you're going to do is I have a essence tab. I think this is one of the best tabs that they sell. I have a lot of ones that I bought that I could probably have done without. But the essence tab is very, very, very nice. Now, do you need it? Absolutely no, you do not need it. Okay. If you have it, which I do, I am going to dump all of my essences in there, and I'm going to hit this magic upgrade button. Anything with a yellow square, start from right to left. Click, 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 click. And just upgrade all these essences. Now, the 2 highest essences are the only ones I really care about, because when I sell, I only sell these 2 rows. This row and this row. This row and this row. Okay? You can sell all of them, but I don't, because I don't feel like doing all that much clicking, and they aren't worth that much anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Now, you can do this if you don't have an essence stash tab. It is not required. Okay, what you would have to do then is go to a merchant, sell, take the 4 essences, and sell them, and they will upgrade them for you. Okay? You can put them all in here and do it that way, and just throw them all in the same stash tab. Okay? So once you have all of these ready to sell, and I do not suggest selling them, like every hour, do a play session for a day or even a day or 2, and then do it all in bulk on TFT Discord. Okay? And I'll just do a quick couple minutes on how to do it with TFT for all you new people. There's timestamp stuff people already know about TFT. You can just skip ahead. Alright, so I'm going to go over this quick. There's 2 things that you need to do. One, you will go to Google and type in PoE TFT Discord. Wow. Okay, let's try that again. TFT Discord, the Forbidden Trove. That's what TFT stands for. The first thing that comes up is the Discord invite. You're going to join Discord. Continue to Discord. Your Discord's going to pop up. It's going to say, would you like to join? You join it. Okay, I'm already in it, obviously. You will notice there is a lot going on in here. It is very popular. There is a ton of people on here. And this is how we're going to sell the essences. So the second thing we need, if you join the TFT, you're going to type in TFT bulk selling tool. Okay, right here, bulk selling tool. Now you're going to link it with your account. It's safe. Don't worry about it. A ton of people use this. I've been using it for the last year. Everything's good. You will link it. It'll come up. It'll say log into your PoE account. You can do it through Steam. You can do it through your email. Any way that you want to do it. And it will link to your PoE account. So you can see mine is already linked. LBA Methos, you are logged in. And it has all my stash tabs here. Now you're going to want to look at which stash tab your essence is. Mine is 6. I already knew that. It's right here. You will click I want to sell stuff from the 6 tab. Now I'm going to go over, and you can either sell all of your essences, which I don't suggest. I think it's stupid. It takes more time. And I just don't think it's worth it. Or you click high essence, which is what I'm going to do for this example. Click high essence. Now down here you can do the asking price of Ninja. Of the Ninja price. PoE Ninja, or PoE Ninja keeps track of the prices. That's how it's going to price them. At 100%, I usually sell immediately anyways. Very rarely does it take more than a couple minutes, even at 100%. If you want it to be immediate, and probably get spammed, you could do 90%. But at least I'd probably start with 100%. For some reason, you don't get any hits on 100%. Let me put it down to like 95. Okay. And then you are going to hit select tab once you have these 2 selected. And it's going to do it all out. See, right now my tabs are 4.58 divines. So once you have all that, what you're going to do is you're going to click generate image first. And what it's going to do, it's going to copy the image to your clipboard. So you're going to go over here to TFT. You're going to go to Crucible, SC Trades, want to sell. Want to sell essences. So right here, you are going to Control V or right click paste the image, and then you are going to go down here into in-game name. Mine is MethosFlicker because it's my Flicker Strike character, and click generate text, and that is going to copy that to the clipboard. and then you are going to paste that into the text, and right there you will hit enter. It will go up, and I have do not disturb on. I'm not going to show you guys how I trade. That would be pointless and just make the video longer. But once you put this up, people are going to message you on PoE. You accept, clear your inventory because you're going to need to fill all of these spots, and you might have to do multiple trades. Keep in mind what it sells for. So 4 divine plus 130, so you know that's what they're giving you. I haven't run into any scammers or anyone trying to give me less. Maybe once someone went to give me less and I just didn't accept the trade for like 5 seconds, and the person immediately realized, oh wait, there's a stack of 15 chaos in here instead of 20. So yeah, so that is all you're going to do. Once it sells and you get someone in your party ready to buy, I highly suggest clicking these double down things, and you will be able to delete your own message. And deleting it, or you are going to get spammed ruthlessly. So I highly suggest deleting it. Make sure you remember what it was worth. You know, the 4 divine before you delete it, because I've had many times someone has said, you know, essence, and I invite them, and then I delete the post, and then he goes, how much was it again? And then I either have to go back to the bulk selling tool and look at how much it was worth. You know, it's just an extra step you don't want to do. So make sure you remember what it's worth before you do it. So that is how you sell bulk on TFT. Alright guys, so that is the strategy. Essences, harvest, delirium. Reroll the delirium orbs using blue essence. Sell the essences in bulk on TFT. Very straightforward strategy. I think it's great for beginners. You don't have to think too much. You don't have to use sextants or scarabs. You can. You know, there's some sextants that make your delirium go up faster and all that. I don't think you need it. So it's very, underwhelming for newer players. And it's what I still use, even though I'm a relatively experienced PoE player now. If you see anything that could be improved, if you have some tips on the Atlas passive tree that you think works a little better, please comment in the section. I will read them. If you have any questions, comment, and just let me know if you like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, because it's the first one I'm doing of a PoE thing, especially on the Safe on Talk channel. So I want to know if you think I should keep making content for it. As always, thank you for watching. Check our Safe on Talk show, our gaming news and fighting game news show that we do on Twitch, and we post right here on this channel. Okay? So, yeah. Until next time, I hope you guys find some great loot, and thanks for tuning in.